Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. Hopefully, it's not offensive. Why aren't you making any money with your online business? You are a coach, a consultant, you have skills, you have expertise, you know how to teach what you're teaching, but you're not making any money yet. What's the disconnect there? Let's talk about that today in this video. I'm going to ask you some questions. Hopefully, you'll be able to feel the urgency in this, that you need to start making money because what you're doing is not sustainable. You can't just give away your knowledge, or you can't undercharge yourself and not actually progress and make enough money to live the lifestyle that you want. Do you want a lifestyle of constant hustle, or do you want a lifestyle of slow compounding growth? That's what I'm going to talk about in this video. Hi, my name is Mona. I am a systems loving coach teaching other coaches and consultants how to build a business that is sustainable, repeatable, with repeatable systems that allows you to live a life that you really want now and in the future. So this is a problem that is very common. It's really common, so don't feel like you are the only one out there not making money, not building your business the way you want. It's very common. The biggest problem, I think, is scattered attention. If you feel like that you're getting, grabbing this information from this YouTuber, or grabbing information from this TikToker, or whatever platform you watch or whatever content you consume, if you feel like it's just not making any sense, it's usually because you're not, connecting the dots. The dots aren't connecting. And the truth is, almost anything works, really. Like, there's a lot of ways to sell online, and they all pretty much work, and most of them are ethical. There are some that are shady, but let's not talk about the shady ones. Let's just think about there are methods that work out there and how people are growing their businesses online. The problem is that you're not focused enough on one type of model to get the results, to see the compounding effects of time, of slow growth. And you are just, pulling from here and there in different methods. Now, the income is the same way. It doesn't matter what we're talking about. If we're talking about the community, building community, it's the same way there. There's lots of ways it works there. If you're talking about traffic sources, there's lots of ways traffic sources work. And there's lots of ways to earn income online. What we need to do is make all of those fit together, for one thing. Making clear paths for our clients to find us, to find our offers, and to buy our offers, right? So what I want to ask you, these are the questions I'm going to ask you today, and you can write these down, comment in the comments, subscribe to this channel, by the way. This is a new pivot for me on this channel. It used to be about something about YouTube growth, actually, but this is a new pivot. So I would love for you to subscribe so that the algorithm knows who to send this content to, what type of person to send this content to. So please subscribe. You know how it works. Okay, so let's talk about why we want to ask these questions. So so we're not getting ahead. I'm going to do it this way. Ask yourself these questions, okay? Do you know your client journey? So the question is formed in so you can answer it for yourself. So do I know my client journey? Do you know, I'm assuming you know your ideal client and who it is. If you don't, that's another thing you need to work on. Do you know, if you do know their journey? Like, do you know where they're starting, where they're at when they started this, and where they want to be when they're done with it? When it's like they felt they have arrived. If you don't know that, that's really the first step that you need to take, is figuring out your client journey. And it's very important as you're creating offers. So the next question is, do I have an offer that solves a specific pain point or desired outcome for my ideal client? So does your offer actually solve a problem they have, or did you create a offer that just is what you wanted to make? I mean, it's a very simple question, but it needs to be answered, because if you're not actually creating an offer for them, it's going to fall flat, and there's different ways. That's why we have a community. That's where you can find out in your community who the offer, what they want. Like, ask simple questions and find out what they want and what they need, and deliver what they want, solve the problem that they need. Oftentimes they don't know what they need, they just know what they want. So in that offer, solve their problem that they actually need. Okay, so it's like, I want confidence on camera. I want to be more confident on camera. Well, that's what they want, but what they need is more repetitions and to do the thing over and over and over again. So the only way they're going to get confidence is if they do the thing over and over again to gain the confidence and do activities that lead to that. So that's what I mean by give them what they want, make the offer around what they want, but deliver with what they need, right? So does the delivery of your offer fit your lifestyle? Does the delivery of the offer fit my lifestyle? Ask yourself that question. If it doesn't, if it's like, okay, so this is where it goes wrong. I need, you say, I want to make $10,000 a month or something, or whatever your target month is. I want to make that much a month. So that means I need to get, so I have an offer that's $97. So that means I need to get this many members, and the mistake of this offer is $97, and I do one-on-ones, and I do I do custom work, and I do all these things, and so you're building this offer to be so big with a small price point. And what ends up happening there is that you are selling it because it's an amazing offer, but you can't deliver on it, or you can, and it's just like super exhausting. So you sell, let's say you sold 50 of those, you made a lot of money at, a decent amount of money at once, but you can't deliver on it. You can't deliver on 50 people, like it's not possible. So you need to make sure that the offer fits. Let me back up. You can deliver on that if you structure it the right way. But if you're delivering on it as I described, it's not going to work. So this offer needs to fit your lifestyle, your desired lifestyle. So if your lifestyle is to have, slow mornings like mine, or, you want to travel a lot, or you want to be available for your family whenever they need, you need to design the offer to fit that. Okay? So design it that way. And there is a lot of things you can do to make that possible. You don't have to always do one-to-ones. You can do one-to-ones and Loom calls, and you can do there's so many different ways. And if you join my community, the Next Level Creator Hub, that was the old name, the Next Level Growth Hub. I recently changed the name, so that's why I got confused. Next Level Growth Hub. I have a link in the description if you would like to join that community. It's free. But that's what we talk about. We talk about these types of things inside of that community. So does the delivery of your offer fit your lifestyle? So ask yourself that question. Give yourself an honest answer. If you don't even have an offer yet, now you can just build it in the way that aligns with you. Is this offer sustainable for me? Kind of the same thing with that last question. Is this offer sustainable? Are you going to be able to actually make enough money to make this worth it? This is why low ticket is really difficult. It's so low that it's not really a sustainable amount of money unless you have high volume at the top, unless you're getting a lot of people. Then it can be a sustainable amount of money. But that's a constant thing that you have to do if you're doing that. Make sure the offer it's able to generate enough income to make it worth it for you. So don't create an offer that's going to be like so low that you're not going to actually get any money from it, or enough money, or that it's so packed that you can't actually fulfill on it because it's too much. I've seen that over and over again, is people over promising or and then having a hard time delivering that offer. So just make sure that you're really thinking this through as you're doing it. And I teach offer stacking, and I will make a video on that in the future. But offer stacking helps you to build offers plural, in a way that reaches the same client at different points in their journey. So if you do it that way, then it's way easier, and then you have a lower ticket or a mid ticket and a high ticket, and you can just help your ideal client at different points in their journey. So I will get into that in another video, but if you'd like to see what else I got on this channel, you can watch this video next. Okay, this is my daughter's cat. Her name is Isha. She is the sweetest little thing, and I love her so much.